To Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A first down throw for Burrow. Look at the big man go. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 35 more yards. Back-to-back big plays to get this drive rolling.
Here we go. 12.
First run of the game here for Chase Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch-and-catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here we go. 11.
Here's a run. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On the line, ready?
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Burrow now. And he's into the end zone. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Bengals will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
Fields operating out of the pistol. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
They'll try again here, second and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On first down, Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
These are some of the most difficult situations for a coach to handle because it's a combination of you have to be aggressive to go score. You're trying to win the game, of course, but there's also an element of time and clock management. So it's going to be very interesting to see the play selection over these next couple downs. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. This is intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Set to go now on first and 10. Here's Harris. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's second down and 3.
That's right. Here we go.
A run with Harris. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Big play in the game right here. It's third down.
Here we go. We're good. Say hi.
They'll go with Harris. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go.
It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
And here we go, 4th and inches.
Here we go. Go.
They'll go, and it's Harris. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And it's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Brown. 18 yards on the pickup there, and the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive.
Here we go.
Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker can be a hero.
They'll run. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
Now, 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Burrow. He pulls it in around the 5. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will move out to a 14-7 lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Fields from the pistol. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Again, working deep downfield. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. Here's a big one. This 3rd down.
Bunch right. Alpha, 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 alpha. Alpha, let's go. Is that all right?
Here we go. One final play. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So this one, a